Cool. Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Philly Brutes Rugby Roundtable, the Lions Origin series, brought to you by our great friends at Canterbury. And today we're going to have a chat with Rhyl District RFC from Wales, and I have Gareth, Tony, and Di here. How are you, gentlemen?
All good.
Very well, thank you.
All good.
Excellent. Again, thank you for giving up some time. I really appreciate it. We're here to talk about the fact that a lion came through your club a few years ago, but mainly we're going to talk about the club right now. But first of all, got to thank Canterbury. Without them, this wouldn't have gone on. We're doing 9 of these special episodes, 1 on each Lions match day, and we're celebrating the 681 clubs that have produced over 1,000 Lions, and as much as we'd love to talk to all 681, we can't in these 9 episodes, but we hopefully will down the line. And if you want to find out whether your club is a Lions Origins club, head to canterbury.com, and they've got a brilliant map, and you can get some Lions Origins stash. Yeah. Thanks to Staines sent that one. So first of all, Gareth, do you want to just introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Gareth, and I'm the mini and junior section chairman and general dog's body. That's me in a nutshell.
Lovely. Thanks for joining us, Tony. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. Hi, Sean. Yeah, myself. My name's Tony Evans. I'm the current chairman at Rhyl. Been at the club 34 years. Done the usual player captain palaver, and another of those dog bodies along with Gareth, but current chairman. Lovely, brilliant. Thanks for giving up some time. And finally, Di, welcome to the roundtable.
Thank you very much. I'm Di Roberts. I'm the old man of the team. I've been around a little bit longer than these two guys. Probably been with the club about 40 years now. I am currently sponsorship director and general fundraiser, on the basis that I don't take no for an answer. I'm the guy everybody tries to avoid as they walk in, because I've normally got my hand out and I'm asking for something. But there we go. That's what we do.
Brilliant. Tony, do you want to give us a bit of background on Rhyl?
Yeah, absolutely. So the club's been in existence since 1927, so we're heading towards our centenary. We're a full member of the Welsh Rugby Union, have been for many years. We play in Division 2 North currently, and we've recently relocated. So just over two and a half years ago now, we relocated to a brand new facility in the town from our previous grounds. The club and we've gone from strength to strength, really. So currently sort of 300 or so children.
Wow.
In the juniors and minis, absolutely huge section, growing every day. We field a full youth setup, senior men's first and second 15, and our ladies 15 as well. So that's where we are. We're a little bit different, Sean, to most clubs, in that we're a full-time 7-day commercial operation.
Okay.
We're open from sort of 9 o'clock till late. We do food every day. We do drinks. So we do functions. So we're open 7 days a week, and we've got about 15 full-time staff.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite a sizable operation, which is to be governed by volunteers, but which has obviously given us some additional issues over the last 12 months, as you can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. So how has the last 12 months been for you?
It was, difficult in the sense, I suppose, that a lot of clubs could just sort of mow the grass, shut the door, turn the water off and wait to return. We couldn't. We've had 15 staff furloughed. So we've had to deal with all the commercial aspects. But we've come through it pretty well. We've done a lot of projects at the club. So since lockdown in March of last year, we've now installed floodlights fully throughout the club. So both pitches are now floodlit. The junior pitches are floodlit. The clubhouse has been refurbished, has been fitted out with all our memorabilia, which we hadn't had time to do. We've created a new children's playground, beer garden, push bike area. So the volunteers have been incredibly busy. So we've made the most of it, really, Sean.
Brilliant. Di, just on that, how do you go about trying to get sponsorship in a pandemic?
It's unbelievable. Our sponsors have been absolutely magnificent. I was really twitchy about contacting them, having not played maybe half of the previous season, and clearly no prospect of playing this season. So I've contacted each one individually, and they've been absolutely amazing. They've just come out with their checkbooks. They are just, I can't thank them enough. They made my life so easy. Yeah. Indeed, we've had new sponsors come through this season.
Wow, brilliant!
It's absolutely amazing. The work that's gone on, as Tony touched on, between the lights, the playground, the beer garden, all of that has been done at a reduced rate, shall we say,
Right.
mainly through our sponsors. It's just been, I can't thank them enough. It's just incredible. I think people have been just so generous with their time and with their donations to us. I really am lost. I really struggle with this because it's made such a difference to the club. It would be very easy for them just to walk away and say, well, if I'm not getting any coverage, I'll see you next year. It just hasn't happened. Prime example, our main sponsors, which is a company called Thorncliffe's. I've got to give them a plug.
Of course, go for it.
Thorncliffe Builders Merchants. Speaking to their MD, he said, well, my business has been really, really busy, so it'd be really churlish of me not to support you now. Send me the invoice. I think we sent him the invoice on the Tuesday, and it was in the bank on the Thursday. And that makes such a difference to us being able to, as Tony touched on before, mowing the grass, because we use a commercial outfit to maintain the pitches. So we've got the funding there to cover that for the remainder of the summer now. And it's just I'm absolutely gobsmacked, really, that people have been so generous.
That's really, really great to hear. And Gareth, 300 kids, how have they found sort of not playing much at all over the last 12 months?
Yeah, it's obviously been very difficult. I must say, in the second lockdown, sort of January, February time, I was really concerned whether we'd get kids returning to sport in general. But we came back sort of end of March, early April, and we've just had a huge surge in numbers. It's almost as if the parents have said, right, you've got to get off the Xbox, get out there playing in the fresh air. And I alluded to we started off, I think, in the Wine, which is just over 2.5 years ago, with 150 kids, and now we're up to 324 to date. Wow. So we have doubled in numbers, and in on the that, of course, that brings along headaches. The good headaches to have. Our volunteers have been brilliant, I have to say, but we're recruiting volunteers all the time. Of course, the more players we get, the more parents we get. So we are constantly recruiting. A big sort of success for us has been the Mini Dragons. We started off about 3 or 4 years ago, and that's kids from about 4 years of age going up to 6.5. So on a Wednesday night, it's like watching about 80 odd little minions just running around the field, and it just it's great for me. I watch from the background. I watch the coaches doing it, and they're absolutely brilliant. So that's the future of our club, and it's going from strength to strength, as Tony said before. So hopefully that'll continue now, and we'll start playing properly in September.
Hopefully, it sounds like it's a real success story, which is really, really cool to hear. Before we talk about one of the former minis that came through the system to go on to be a Lion, as I mentioned at the top of the show, you can find out whether your club is one of the 681 Lions Origins clubs that Canterbury can support, whether it's through merchandise or I know they're putting some great videos together, or being involved in something like this over the tour. There are 681 of them. Over 1,000 Lions have played for them. And there's a brilliant map. Go and find it at canterbury.com. And if you want to find out whether your club is eligible for the stash, you can get it on the shirts and everything. as I showed a bit earlier, head to canterbury.com, fill out the form, and then they'll be in touch. So, Di, what does it mean for the club to be a Lions Origins club?
I think it's absolutely huge. I mean, George North came through our under-16s and under-17 side before he disappeared off down to Llandovery and then onward and upwards. But in fact, I learned something earlier through talking to Tony about this. I hadn't realised that we had that our under-16s and under-17s of George's era was the most successful club, I believe, I think, Tony, correct me if I'm wrong now, but I think the most successful sides in
Wales. Yeah, that age group. Yeah, George, I think, came to us because that age group was so successful. Sort of at 15, spent 2 seasons with the club, and at the time, the 15s and went through to be the under-16s. They were probably the most successful team in Wales at the time. They were the North of England champions as well, because we used to play cross-border then as well.
Right. Yeah.
So they won the North of England championship, several cups, hugely successful team, in which George played second row.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I like to think I model myself on George North. I'm the same height, probably a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
So if you want.
Exactly, Sean. So he probably would have looked like you at 15, I'm guessing. He was a big boy. So yeah, played in a very different position then. Clearly, Llanelli saw something else, which has proven to be right, obviously. But yeah, very, very encouraging. I think we've got 3 current professionals at the moment. So we've got George, obviously still playing his trade. We've got Sean Lonsdale at Exeter Chiefs, who sort of is right in the frame every week for starting or in the squad. And we've got a young man down at Saracens as well. So it's really good to see that progression.
Excellent. And just the Lions in general, having someone like George, how much of an inspiration? Whilst he only played 2 seasons with you, how much of an inspiration can he be to the whole club in general?
Well, I think if when the kids are in the clubhouse, and obviously George's, there's a shirt there, George's name is on it, along with several others. It's if that can't inspire them, well, I don't know, what will. But yeah, I'm sure it's huge. Obviously, him still being a current player and a current Lion is obviously is better for the younger kids as well. Rather than those of us who sort of remember 1970s Lions, it's got to be inspiring for them, hasn't it? Really,
100%. And Gareth, you're up close with the kids. How inspired can they be? Not just with Gareth, but with the 2 other pros that have sort of gone on from the club.
It's great, and the young man at Saracens is Sam Wainwright, and Sam's been coming to our presentation days, our junior presentation days, and that's been brilliant because he's just been taking the time to come up, shake hands with the children, and just obviously share his experience. And it just goes to show how anybody from Rhyl, whatever background, however they come through their education or sport, whatever they've experienced, they can make it. And he's one that inspires them. He's actually there, and we've had him, I think, for 3 years running now. So yeah, a fantastic inspiration for our young kids.
Brilliant. So Gareth, now up until now, I guess not much training has happened. So what's the situation at the moment?
So we returned training about 5 weeks ago. At the moment, it's just tag rugby. We got about 3 teams out the 10 teams because we're a full complement junior side from under 7s right up to youth. So we're out of those teams, we have 3 that are playing tag rugby at the moment against other clubs in the North Wales region. So, and we're happy for that to happen. Other sides, other age groups have just decided to train, which is fine. They're just developing their skills now and looking to start some contact now in the next couple of weeks, with a view of possibly playing some contact rugby at the end of July against other clubs. Obviously, there'll be modified rules in that. There won't be any scrums as such. With then a view of starting properly back in September. So we're back up and running, albeit it's a bit of a strange season. Obviously, normally by this time of year we'd be finished. We'd be having our sort of off-season break. But a lot of the volunteer coaches have said that they want to continue during this period. Just as I said earlier, just to get the kids out fresh, exercising, away from that Xbox, and just looking forward to playing some competitive rugby over the next few months. So I'm quite optimistic that we can start playing back in September, back to a sort of normal traditional fixture list for the season ahead, with probably a break at Christmas time. Probably do a 2-month break and then back in February to restart the season again. So I'm quite optimistic about returning back to rugby in general.
And it means that also the volunteer coaches can get out of their own houses as well, which is very...
Yeah, absolutely.
So Tony, what about the senior side?
The senior boys, all back training. The ladies are training, the senior men are training. Good numbers so far. So all very encouraging. We've got some, I think from July the 24th, we've got a couple of weeks window for friendlies.
Okay.
And then competitive fixtures. We haven't actually had the fixture list yet from August the 7th. So between now and Christmas, it's going to be various sort of cup competitions, a small winter break over December, and then the intention is to start the league season in January.
Okay.
So, competitive action from August the 7th, which is, like Gareth said, it's a bit upside down, causes a few logistical problems with the pitches and so on, because this is normally our maintenance period.
Yeah.
But, we'll get around that as you do. So, again, looking forward to some rugby from mid-August.
So what does the summer look like for the club in terms of getting back together, hopefully, watching the Lions?
Yeah, it's really busy. Like I said, Sean, we're open. We're a full-time community club. We're open 7 days a week. We host community groups and so on and so forth. So we're open all day, every day. I'm anticipating a really good turnout for the Lions. Obviously, we missed out on the Six Nations, which is unfortunate from both a sporting and a commercial point of view. Looking forward. And we've got the Euros as well. So between the Euros and the Lions, we should have a nice full clubhouse.
Hopefully. Just talk us through quickly some short-term goals for the club. What would you like to see happen over the next 12 months, other than just getting rugby back on the pitch?
I think we'd like to see make sure that we re-establish ourselves financially, and that we're back where we need to be comfortably, so that we can run the club in a prudent manner. So money's always important, as Di's mentioned before. The senior men, again, we're looking for a promotion season, and again, just to consolidate with the juniors with the numbers, to make sure that those kids all have good competitive fixtures, so just consolidation all around, I think, Sean, but very encouraging, really, bearing in mind what's happening.
Definitely. Sounds like you're in a really good place despite everything that's gone on over the last 12 to 15 months, which is really encouraging to hear, because 15 months ago we were all panicking as to whether we were all going to be staying in business, but it sounds like you've done everything that you needed to do to survive and to be honest, thrive, which is really, really encouraging to hear. Before we get your favourite Lions memories, just want to let you know about Canterbury's new Riona jersey, which I'm told means lion in South African, with the nice new collar, which you can get customised at canterbury.com. They've got brilliant custom builder. You can get all your stuff put on there, and if you're a Lions Origins club, you can also get your patch put on there as well. So, gentlemen, before we round off, do you just give us your favourite Lions memories? Di, we'll start with you.
Mine's got to be Scott Gibbs and Os Durant. The aborted tackle by Os Durant where he dumped him on his backside. I will never forget that. I'll take that to my grave.
That is brilliant from 1997. And Gareth, give us a Lions memory. If he can hear us.
Okay, can I be cheeky and have two?
Of course you can.
They
Yeah, go
involve
for
two
it.
full backs from very different eras. One in 19, a JPR Williams with the drop goal, and also another full back that created probably one of the best Lions tries ever. So I obviously had to go for two Welshmen in both full back positions. So those are the two highlights for me in Lions history.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And finally, Tony.
Yeah, I think for me it's the same. I think it's the same tour as Di, the South African tour with John Bentley's try. He might be an Englishman, but it was a fantastic try, and we had him as a club speaker at the dinner one year. And he was a fabulous guy.
He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant.
A real pleasure to be around, and probably terrifying to play against as well. So I think that tour was probably my favourite as well.
Yeah, it's my favourite tale. I'm only slightly younger than you guys, and Living with the Lions is my favourite film.
Yeah,
hands down, favourite film. Tony, just give us quickly, where can people find you all on websites and social media and everything like that?
Right. Okay. Well, can I pass this straight back to Di because he's far more au fait with this than I am?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we've got the standard website, the Rhyl District RFC. We've also on Facebook under Rhyl District RFC, and the commercial side, I've got to give that a plug. Bar Calon o Ddraig, Dragon's Heart Bar, as a separate Facebook page. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're probably on something else, but I'm probably too old to understand those realistically.
Brilliant. Thank you, gentlemen. I really, really appreciate giving up your time to come and speak to us on these Lions Origin series. Gareth, Di, Tony, really, really appreciate it. Huge thanks to Canterbury for putting these on and getting these out there and giving us the opportunity, one, to speak to a club I've never spoken to before, speaking to people that I'm truly inspired by now, and I think you all should be too. Enjoy the game today. Thank everyone for watching and for listening, obviously. And we'll catch you on the next match day. Cheers.